Hey, it's Tangent World.
Hey, what's up?
I'm Brad Reed.
I'm Chip Goddard.
And this is the podcast where it shouldn't sound like anything to you because we're just going to go nuts.
Yep. we have background noise, which is a show, and we let that lead the conversation.
Exactly. This is an episode of Westworld, the latest episode.
Yep, Akane no Mai.
Yeah, good call.
Episode, Season 2, Episode 5.
Yes. And so on this episode, we've already watched it. We hope you have too. It would probably be best if you did because we don't wait for things to happen. We just talk about it.
Yeah. This is leading up to this part.
Yeah, we spoil it. We do spoilers. And then, we might talk about something else altogether.
Yep.
During the episode. That's just how it goes, and that's why it's called Tangent World. That's why we moved it off of Westworld.
Yep, it's a spinoff.
Yeah.
And itself is a tangent.
Yes. Yeah. And if you watch the Jest World, you see we do kind of go on tangents there. If you watch it on Facebook, I'll even hit the screen so that everyone knows.
Yeah, we'll give you a heads up on that.
Right. So, if you've got your drinks ready, I'm going to take a drink real quick.
Ooh, I may have to go get another one here in a sec.
Yeah. Because we've been talking already. We did an after show. So, this is Tangent World, though, and it's audio only, thank God. You don't have to stare at us while we do it.
Oh, man, I don't know if I could be in front of a camera for another hour.
It does happen in real time, this episode of Tangent World. So... while you're listening, while you're watching Westworld too, because that's the idea. You got to queue up Westworld and watch it along with us. It's a watch-along.
Or you could just, listen to it in your car. That's what I do.
Yeah. Is it entertaining to you when you're not watching it?
Oh, yeah. I crack myself up.
Okay. Awesome. Do I ever crack you up?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm always laughing with you. Never at you.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like that's the case.
Oh, I'm kidding.
That's pretty funny. So, okay. Like I say, we watch it on Amazon.com. I've got the whatever that is, the Prime membership or whatever.
He's in the club.
So, yeah, if the robot overlords get us, hopefully they bless me for my usage of Amazon, and I don't.
Saint Alexa will know you.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, exactly. I don't pirate it at least, so maybe that there'll be a little forgiveness. I'm not saying that
Speaking of which, I just watched Deadpool 2. Is great.
What does that mean? Deadpool 2 was great.
Yep.
We talked about it on my Nerds to Men podcast today, but I really thought it was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I kind of think that it was better than the first one.
We were talking about that. It definitely didn't have that real sappy love story in there.
Exactly.
And, it wasn't just Ryan Reynolds' quest to be hot.
That's true too. There was so many good things. It cracked me up along the way. It did have, like some parts that were not emotional, but that they were tugging at the emotions a little bit, but it was different. It wasn't the sappy love story between him and his whore.
But it was.
She wasn't. She was a stripper.
She was a prostitute.
She was a prostitute
when they first met.
I didn't mean that like as a disrespectful.
No,
because actually, I really like her.
Yeah.
Marina Baccarin.
Oh yeah, she was great. She's been in Firefly. She's in Gotham.
The first time I ever saw her was on V, the series. Did you ever watch that when it came back on ABC? Or did you ever watch V when you were younger?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You never saw V? Oh my God! How old are you, Chip?
I'm 32.
32. So 6 years. You should know. Did you have any older siblings?
I have an older sister.
How old is she?
That's a good question.
Around my age, maybe?
Yeah, she's probably 38.
Okay. Well, that's weird. Google it. I don't know. Is it Googleable?
It
Probably
might be.
Not. But anyway, back to the thing is V was a miniseries on TV back in the day. I'm sure it was back, ABC back in the day too. And it was these aliens, spoiler alert, these people look like regular people, but when they cut their skin off, Freddy Krueger was in it. And it was kind of like the Star Wars, for a Star Wars kids that, wanted to watch something on TV. And so they cut their faces away, and they were lizard people.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, and so they brought it back, and she was in it. She was the.
Speaking of lizard people, did you watch the wedding, the royal wedding?
That's funny. No, I did not.
Oh yeah.
I don't really get into that kind of thing.
Oh man.
But did you watch it?
No.
Oh, were people? I wonder. Could you see their eyes and stuff? Were they like going sideways or?
I mean, I had to do it to support a ginger, like
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So are you saying that the everybody in the leaders of England or the kingdom or whatever, they're all lizard people?
If it's on the internet, it's got to be true.
Listen, I know people that really think that there's a case to be made for lizard people.
Yeah.
I mean, is that what you're saying here on Tangent World?
we could get into that if you want. I don't know much about it. But
while people are hopefully
listening,
got their whatever they're watching Westworld queued up. But
yeah.
Tell me what you know about lizard people.
Oh, I mean,
I like paranormal and conspiracy stuff, so that's always welcome here.
Oh, I just know that there was a particular dinosaur out there that had an opposable thumb, and it most likely would have evolved into a humanoid shape.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that's all I really know.
So
I know that a lot of people do believe that the rich and famous are lizard people, which is completely,
makes sense to me.
Sure, why not?
And well, here's the thing. Here's what I think about every theory that people, if you make it up, it exists.
Yeah.
Until
it's like American Gods. Like,
yeah.
If people believe it, it becomes true.
Yeah. It's because it's at least true to somebody. Somebody really believes.
Yeah.
That there are lizard people out there. You know what I'm saying? Like really believes.
Well, I can't remember if I brought it up on the show, but I've told you about Disney guy.
Yes.
Crazy Disney conspiracy guy that I met.
Yeah.
That believed there's like a demon that they feed tourists to and stuff like that under there.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so in his mind, that's reality.
Yeah.
So how am I to say that one person's reality is any, more real than mine because I can only speak for mine?
It's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you make it up and believe it enough, I guess it's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I should just say, quit being a dumbass. This is what's real.
I mean, there's all sorts of stuff out there that we don't know about. So
that's true.
Who's to say it's not possible?
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like anything's possible if there's an infinite universe.
Right.
And there's enough. I don't know about science because I really don't. I'm not a scientist.
Yeah.
I would assume
we do watch Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Which got picked up for 70 more episodes.
Which is great.
I know. Yeah. I'm so excited. So that's what, like 10 more seasons? Or no, 7. It's 10 episodes, right? A season?
Give or take. It'll take 30 years for it to come out.
Yeah. That's going to be great.
Yeah. It'll be Rick and Morty for the rest of our lives.
Yeah. I love it. I wonder if the people who created it are like, oh.
Yeah, 70? Really?
Are we going to be the Simpsons or how many have the Simpsons done?
Oh, God. They're on their 30th episode or something, or 30th season.
Yeah. So a lot.
Speaking of which, watched a really great video the other day on how there's a show, The Simpsons, that's out now, is really just somebody copying The Simpsons from back in the day. Because if you watch, the shows are nothing alike.
Right.
Like a current episode and the first episode are completely
like the
different.
Tracy Ullman first episode or the show that when it started as The Simpsons?
As The Simpsons.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. It made a pretty compelling point that that show is no longer here, and then there's a show that took its place.
Like
we're kind of being duped because
the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
So the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
But the Mandela effect is not quite it because the Mandela effect is like where everybody mass believes something that's not true. What we're talking about is somebody went and triggered like a time thing and changed it.
Right. It's all happening.
See?
It's all real. Just like lizard people.
This is a real conspiracy podcast here.
Yeah. They're turning the frogs gay.
Okay. I got another one for you then.
Okay.
If we're talking about turning frogs gay.
You know what? Let's start the episode and then we can.
Yeah. We'll talk about it over the.
Perfect.
Here, we hit start.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it over this because it's previews at first.
Yeah.
But so we've seen a lot of dog attacks, and I don't want to be disrespectful of the people who have died.
Yeah.
But what's triggering all these dogs?
That's a good point. Might be like what's that movie where all the plants start killing people?
With Mark Wahlberg? Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that one lady got eaten by wiener dogs.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
By a pack of wiener dogs.
But weren't they like, okay, so...
It was like a 6-pack.
People, the pit bull people, of course, were like, see, it's not always pit bulls.
Right.
And then, I wonder how long that was doing that.
I don't know.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to...
No, we're good.
All right. So we're on the previews now for the episode.
Previously.
Yeah.
But so something's making dogs kill people.
Oh, you know what?
He's wildly unstable.
Guess what I didn't do?
What didn't you do?
Looks like immensely
You didn't switch it over?
Nope. So you got a pretty good direct input of what was going on. That makes sense why it was so loud.
Okay.
TangentWorld is like scars and zits and everything. You know what I mean?
It's the dirty part.
It's like we want to do this podcast and we're doing it live and we're not going to bother to edit it.
Yeah. I want to be easy.
Yeah. We're not. This one's. We don't include the sponsorships in TangentWorld just for that reason.
Yep.
Just so we can do whatever we want.
No. Sizemore. What'd you unplug?
I unplugged the little sound thing from so it wouldn't
Buzz.
make that buzz again.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. I hate buzzes.
Yep.
It bothers me. It drives me nuts. But since the sound was also coming through, I wasn't hearing it, just the buzz. Or else I would have yanked it out a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Yanked it.
Yanked it. So I'm pretty happy with this little Man in Black pop.
Oh, yeah. Chip got a Man in Black pop figure,
Yeah.
Funko Pop.
It's pretty sweet.
I'm hoping that they have like the minis. Because that's...
Yeah, they don't have the minis yet.
You've seen my house. You're in my house.
Yep.
I've got too many of the the pops.
Well,
I'd like to have a few more of the minis.
They just have such large heads.
Yeah. And all of them, every time I walk by, I knock down like 10 to 20 minis and Funko Pops.
Well, they're super top heavy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'll have to like glue them down or something. So, yeah, if you're watching or listening and watching, there's a little hat. Now there's a bull, a bison, some skeleton hands that just let go of being looked after by their people, sponsors. And
This, I mean, last episode was still my favorite of the season, but this is a really good episode.
now the light illuminates them, shows them who they really are.
Every time I see water, like dunking, I gotta think of the baptism.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's gonna be some more illusion there.
What about an allusion to Westworld? I mean,
You think
Waterworld.
baptisms are? Oh, Waterworld Park would be great.
yeah.
Yeah,
I got to see half of it. Are we going to do Waterworld on Tangent World?
I would hope to. Waterworld's like Mad Max, but on the water.
Right.
It's so good. Like a Mad Max world would be dope.
The Mad Max World would be awesome.
Like a Mad Max Park,
Yeah.
like dune buggies and stuff.
Floki.
Right.
I'll always think Floki now.
He's so tall. He doesn't look nearly as tall on Vikings as he does here.
You know, they don't really, I don't think this is kind of, the only time we see them this episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of forgot about them in the after show.
I think they're doing it just to show you what their walkie-talkies look like.
Yeah.
And they look like like little vapors.
And they were talking about draining that valley that just popped up.
Yeah.
Oh, this was cool too. I forgot about like
how they take the brain out.
Yeah. Is that Bernarnold?
Yeah.
They don't look like cupcakes.
Those must be the old ones. Because the new ones look like cupcakes.
Yeah, they do. But is that Floki?
Yeah, that's Floki right there.
Oh, so this is after Bernard has told them that he's the one that drowned them, right? Because he takes them with him. Or they take Bernard with them.
Yeah, this is, I mean, we definitely have the two timelines going on right now.
Yeah. I forgot all about this to talk about in the after show. I should have wrote it down. Because, yeah, we're seeing a little more of a continuation of what we saw earlier as opposed to everything that we've seen recently that was more in the past.
Hopefully, this fan edits happen again where it'll put everything in one continuous line.
Right. I'm sure that the Westworld listener is also watching or listening to Tangent World.
I would hope so.
So, hi, Tom. He'll email me. You forgot to mention in the after show.
How does he know more than you do?
Well, because we actually thought there was no Bernard in this episode. We kind of forgot all of this. I didn't say that, but I think Travis did, so we'll blame Travis.
Yep. Travis was wrong.
Travis, you come to this show and mess things up, man. No, having him on was fun.
I like
really
having
fun.
Travis on.
Yeah, we have a great time. But I feel like from here on out, this is all you see is Maeve and Bernard whooshing. Just so you can time it up at home.
Looks like a dead man to me.
You know the old saying about knives and gunfights?
Hector grunts.
Hector.
Maybe for Tangent World from now on, we put the closed captions on and we read them. We mean no harm.
We could totally do that.
Right. See, darling. You got Maeve?
Okay.
Is that who you got? Speaking Japanese. It covered up the ones that they put in. and they didn't even, all they could put in was speaking Japanese.
Yeah, they'd even put the translation in.
Wow.
Racist.
Wow, Amazon. I'm calling you out. Oh, Jesus. Oh.
I don't see any of these guys carrying guns. Look at these weird bondage knots they have these people in.
Oh, yeah.
Our buddy LBJ would be into that.
You know, Sylvester and Felix got to be starving.
Nobody's, yeah.
And Sizemore.
But they eat here. I mean, they're at like a dinner here later. Like at the Hoa house.
Oh, yeah.
Hoa.
A lot of whores in this show.
It must take forever to tie those people up. Like, oh, we just spent 3 hours tying up our hostages.
Yeah.
Whispering in Japanese.
Oh, so if you're Maeve, I get to be Hector. What do we do during the love scenes?
Don't know. That was a good one. What a weird instrument.
Yeah. Have you seen anything like that before?
No. I'm
Pretty-
sure it's historically accurate.
It looks like it hurts.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously we're in Shogun World. We've seen Taj World, I think is what we're calling it, or somebody's calling it. We've also obviously seen Westworld.
So that's half the part.
We think that there's got to be a Game of Thrones world.
You'd think there's a medieval world. I mean, but like I was saying on the after show, all these time periods really could be happening at the roughly the same time.
Well, would Game of Thrones world be happening at the same time as like an old Western?
Well, no, but the three worlds that we've seen are roughly happening in the same time period.
Sure. So that's 4. And then I think Jurassic World has to be another one because of the Michael Crichton connection. That's 5. And so there's one more. And we want it to be like a horror kind of world, right?
I would want that. Some kind of sci-fi world for sure.
Would you like it to be like softcore horror or like balls to the wall, you're scared to death?
I mean,
shitting your pants.
It'd be one of those
horror.
things like where you can't, you can only get hurt a little bit. So it'd probably be like all your buddies get picked off. So it'd be like Cabin in the Woods, or not Cabin in the Woods, but like Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Where Jason's coming after you, but you gotta go.
Right.
And you could eventually drown him in the lake or
right. This was a great episode. This was a great scene in this episode where you're seeing basically what happened in the first ever episode go down.
Yeah. It's they're playing Painted Black.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like when they rolled into town themselves, and now they're seeing it play out. He's Hector.
Yeah.
The sex robot.
But now he's... What was his name? Yamoshi?
I can't remember.
I think it's Yamoshi.
That's Armistice.
Yeah. And she's got a dragon tattoo on her face.
The girl with the dragon tattoo. Sizemore, you're a dick. Delegate, bro. I'd be a writer for Westworld.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on.
Look
This was so cool.
Yeah, watch her take these dudes out with a bow. Like, she's a straight up gangster.
Oh, and look at
Just right
Sylvester was like, oh, shit. Welcome to Shogun World. Which we found out is a commander.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure, and I don't mean this to be disrespectful. I know I say this a lot. The only thing I knew about Shogun was there's a restaurant here that does awesome hibachi.
Crazy.
So this episode taught me something. The Mariposa. We saw that butterfly in the rocks.
Yeah. Musashi.
Which also is a restaurant here in
It's
Oklahoma
also a
City.
restaurant.
Maybe they're named after,
Well, like 3 of the actors are from...
people that...
Or 3, yeah. At least 2 of the actors on the show are from Oklahoma.
That's right.
Or been to, hang out here.
James Marsden.
And Ed
Harris.
Yeah.
Maybe more. I'd like to think Armistice got her tattoo at No Regrets.
I like to think that she enjoys being tied up like that.
I bet you do. They just said No Regrets, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's the best.
They just tagged Travis Griffin.
That's the best ad that we could get for them. Like the 2 face tattooed people saying No Regrets. That's great. Remind me later. I got to cut this up.
Oh, yeah. She's got that crazy back scar.
And she knows Japanese.
They all do.
Right. Except, he did say, or he does say, Sizemore, that as soon as they hear somebody speak English, they're supposed to, I guess, default to English.
Yeah.
But they didn't. So he knows something's wrong. And Sylvester and Felix, I'm glad to see them, but they don't really do much.
Right?
This was cool.
I mean, I don't really care too much about Sylvester. Just Felix.
Yeah, I like Felix more, definitely. He's more the fan favorite, I think. So you thought that looked like a baby foot. It does look like a baby footprint.
Yeah. Like the little footprint that they give you at the hospital.
That's weird. Why would that be on there?
It's just blood, but maybe somebody brought their baby to Westworld.
It looked like it had jumped up on the on the piano. Maybe it was like a robot baby.
We haven't seen any of those.
We've seen some toddlers though.
We have?
Well, Ford's kid, little, and the one, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay.
I mean, he's not really a toddler. He's
He's in the he was walking, talking, man.
6. I'd say 6 is a toddler.
Dr. Brad Reed.
It's a big ass toddler.
He's only what is it? How many weeks is that?
I think up until like they're 10, they're all big babies.
Ah, man.
And then from the time that they're 15 to whatever, they're all big babies again. Tangent World.
So they ransacked the train.
In the end, in the last accident, fix what's broke. Stripper
Stripper
for speed. Teddy.
for speed. They're going to have to make a quick exit to get to the glory hole. Isn't that where they're going? The tunnel?
Yeah.
That's the glory hole, right?
Right. Stripper for speed.
Did they know that when they decided to call it glory? That
No idea.
that we were going to call it the glory. Actually, how long before Wisecrack starts calling it the glory hole?
Right. I haven't listened to their show lately.
Since they decided to rip us off,
Right?
they probably didn't have a buzz at the beginning of their show, though.
Mm.
Whatever, Wisecrack.
Yeah.
You'll be my company soon. Brad Company, a division of Brad
The
Company.
division of Brad Company. We're gonna keep I think we should keep the Wisecrack name.
We're gonna keep the Wisecrack crew. They're awesome.
Yeah.
They're just gonna have to start saying Wisecrack, a division of Brad Company.
Yeah. And they just have to call me Mr. Chip. That's all I ask.
Mr. Chip. And they have to cut us a sizable check every month
Yeah.
for the usage of our theories.
Oh, here's 2 clementines.
Oh, yeah. That's everybody's dream, right?
Yeah, that'd be my first trip to Westworld.
How much of a rind on you? That's enough.
Y'all ain't no whores anymore.
Clementine is not looking good.
No.
Clementine 1. Not Clementine 2. Clementine 2 looks great.
This place was never home. That's right.
So they go to like a hotel, right, here pretty soon. And you were thinking it looked a lot like...
I'll have to find I couldn't find a screenshot, so I'll have to take one.
Was it the...
Deadwood. It looked like the hotel from Deadwood.
Do you think that that's purposeful? To tell us that Deadwood was all stories from Westworld Park?
It could totally be.
Or do you think that Deadwood wouldn't be a separate park, though,
See,
right?
but they're like drinking tea and stuff here, so I imagine they've eaten. I mean...
They just didn't bother to show us.
Yeah, I think brothels have good food.
I hope.
I mean, what's the point of going?
Right. Why would you go to a brothel unless to eat?
But you want hepatitis? Because that's how you get hepatitis.
No, I don't. I don't want that.
The good kind, not the bad kind.
Oh, okay. Tangent World,
Right.
which you are listening to. I'm Brad Reed. That's Chip Goddard.
How you doing?
We are watching episode 5 of season 2 of Westworld. Hopefully you are too. Or you might do like Chip does and just listen in the car.
Yeah, that's what I usually do. But I can't watch a show so many times in a row. I can, but
I have been watching some of the other episodes a few times so that my wife could get caught up because we have been watching them apart from her. And I enjoy watching them back to back to back, though, because I feel like you catch a lot more. And, of course, when we're not talking throughout the whole show, that helps.
yeah. Look at that. That's so cool
Yeah.
that they're finding their doppelgangers.
I think it's just lazy. It's lazy writing. I would hate, like, okay, here's what would be my problem, is if I paid all this money to go to Westworld, then the next year I was like, I'm going to go to Shogun World.
And it's the same story.
It's the same exact, story and almost the same people. I would kind of be a little bit bummed out by that. This episode too, me and you talked about it. This one broke the streak of all these great, like, this could have been the best episode ever.
Yeah.
This one, not the best.
Don't get me wrong, great episode.
Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely put it in the top 5 of the season.
Exactly. But yeah, but it's slow at times. A lot of exposition.
But going back to, how the stories are kind of the same. I mean, if you watch old samurai movies, they're pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between a wandering samurai and a wandering lone gunman?
Right. Well, do you think that maybe this is maybe the philosophy behind all this is reincarnation and how things repeat themselves in a way?
Yeah,
that
like could definitely be it.
Because think about it. I mean, I know just in my life in general, I've seen things where there's things that have happened that it happened to my parents too, or just weird things to me. That's like, man, it's weird how much I'm like this person, or things have a way of repeating.
Yeah,
I don't know how. It's probably DNA somehow, or whatever, or life cycles, or infinite universes.
My friend Greg and I, we used to sit around and spitball ideas off each other when we'd write stories or whatever, and we had this thing with it. Everything's been written at least twice.
Yeah,
right. You could come up with the Great American Novel, and it's already been done.
Right. Right.
Somebody somewhere has written that same kind of story.
Well, like songs.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a lot of songs that one song kind of sounds like this song, or it might be just ripped off. Stories can be that way too.
I used to watch Nick at Night a lot, and there was Bob Newhart, and there was one where he was, because there was all these different Newhart shows, one where he was like the keeper at a hotel,
right? That was the one that came after.
Yeah,
yeah,
and he was writing a book on like how to fix a faucet, and this guy sued him over it, and he's like, look, you stole this, and it was just like how to change the knob on a faucet. It was like you take the screw out and put this other screw in, and that was Bob Newhart's defense. He's just, how would you like me to say it where it's different?
Yeah, yeah.
Like give you the same exact instructions. I can't make it any easier.
Right. That's funny. Of course, the end of that show, he wakes up.
And he's back in the first show.
Yeah. I always loved that.
I love Bob Newhart.
Cool. Yeah, that was a cool way to do it.
Nick at Night used to be so good.
Yeah, I haven't seen Nick at Night in forever. I used to, probably one of the shows I watched the most was probably like The Fresh Prince or something.
Fresh Prince or Get Smart. I remember back in the day when that was on there.
See, I didn't watch Nick at Night back in the day. I didn't have cable till I was like 20 or something.
Oh yeah,
cable was the devil.
That was
my grandma had cable though, and so sometimes when I go over there, I watch it.
Oh, I remember like the old black and white Superman, where Superman the actor was just drunk all the time. Like you get like watching it now, you can go back and be like, oh my god, look, that dude just stumbling around like in his underwear.
TangentWorld.
Great Caesar's ghost. That's what Perry Mason. Not Perry Mason. What was the...
Andy Griffith?
No, who's the editor in Superman?
Shoot. You would ask me that. I can't remember.
It's not J. Jonah Jameson. Because that's Spider-Man's.
So bad. I don't even remember. Here's some cool fight scenes, though, and we're about to see Maeve, like, get her Jedi on.
Yeah, she's got the robe and everything.
I'm telling you, there's a Star Wars world.
But Musashi just running fools down. Oh, they don't listen to her because they all cut their ears off.
That's the best line ever. Shit! Ninjas! I wonder how many people have said that in their life. And then nobody lived to hear it.
Yeah.
Ugh. Would you bite somebody's digit off if you had to?
I mean, if I had to. But then you got whatever they got.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That'd be so bad if somebody like grabbed you and was attacking you, but you could bite off their thumb or something. I don't know if I could do it. It's so gross. I'd probably be like, I'd throw up. I'm sorry. Sorry for biting your thumb off. Don't hurt me anymore. I need to learn some like jujitsu or something probably. So I don't like have to resort to biting their thumb off. There's got to be a better way. But when it comes to ninja stuff, I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
doesn't look like anything to me.
Any one of these guys could kill me dead.
Yeah. The thing would be, they'd kill me dead before I even knew about it.
Right. Oh, shit. Now she's using the mind power.
That was so cool.
In the face.
Now look at everybody else. They're like, what?
Like, oh.
But she's found a way to use their Wi-Fi, basically.
Yeah, they have like a... It might not be Wi-Fi. Maybe even like Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Because they have to be around each other.
Yeah. Yeah, they can connect.
They talk about it, I think, in like the first episode of this season, where they have like this field around them where they can influence each other.
That's true.
Like share information.
I bet you're right. I bet it is Bluetooth. That way, when they do come within a certain amount, they can communicate.
Oh, there's that 1896 shotgun. It's a beautiful shotgun.
I mean, the thing is, though, this is all... But this isn't a storyline. This is... They've gone crazy themselves.
Yeah, this is all improv.
Yeah. But then again, to me, in the grand scheme of things, this whole storyline is so unnecessary other than just to show us what Shogun World would look like. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I would rather be...
Like, other than Maeve and this other girl having the same backstory, what's the point? Akane.
Yeah, but again, I guess they're hammering home to us, again, the repetitiveness. I used to be the captain of the Shogun's Guard. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, Japanese Hector, what do you need? What are you doing? These goldfish are awesome. It's like pizza flavor.
I know. I never had a pizza-flavored goldfish. I went in the kitchen. We actually, due to the magic of editing, people won't realize we took a break.
Oh.
And when we went into the kitchen, I found a box of multi-flavored goldfish.
Yep.
You got the pizza. I got okay. This didn't sound good to me, but I was still intrigued. It's goldfish grams.
Like Teddy Grahams?
Mm-hmm. With vanilla cupcake flavored.
Let me try one.
It's not bad, but it's...
I just want one. Oh, that's a Teddy Graham.
Yeah. It's basically a Teddy Graham with a little bit of
You know, there's a kind of a weird history behind the graham cracker.
Really?
Yeah, they were invented by like a minister.
Oh yeah. Like
In
Billy Graham?
Yeah, it was by Billy Graham. No, it was like an 1800s minister.
Oh, okay.
I think he was like Presbyterian or something. Mm-hmm. But he wanted to be like radical vegetarianism. Like everybody wanted, wanted everybody to be a vegetarian. That's why he made graham crackers.
And so graham crackers were the only like accepted food. Why?
Well, he wanted to make something that was like everybody wanted to eat, but it wasn't spicy because he believed spices like made you horny.
Really?
Yeah, and he was really like his big thing was anti-masturbation.
Oh,
So like graham crackers are for like no masturbation, man.
huh? It may, maybe there's something to this because when I was a little kid, I ate a lot of graham crackers. I never jerked it. And then when I quit eating graham crackers and started like eating, like jalapenos, couldn't stop jerking it. I had an addiction for a while. Had to go to a hospital and get help.
As far as spice, the closer you get to the equator, the spicier food gets. And that's because plants are more, when you eat them, you sweat, you perspire more, and that cools you down.
Right.
That's kind of a neat thing. But Kellogg's cereal also has a really weird history like that.
So no follow-ups on my sex addiction?
Sex addiction? I didn't know that.
I just came out on
Oh,
the show.
right.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, you came out?
I mean,
Nice.
I didn't come out. This is all just jokes. Okay, Kellogg's, you said? Like the
Kellogg's cereal.
Tony the Tiger?
Yeah, what was...
Please tell me he wasn't a racist or something. I like Tony the Tiger.
He was a Seventh-day Adventist.
Oh, okay. It was invented by a preacher again.
Yeah.
So these are religious snacks that they've really like. So cereal is like milk and sugary and all that. It's to keep you from wanting to touch yourself.
Yeah. Kellogg's was founded as the Battle Creek Toasted Cornflake Company on February 19th, 1906 by Will Keith Kellogg as an outgrowth of his work at the Battle Creek Sanitarium.
Wow, I'm not ever eating cereal again.
We'll
We'll find out what works the best on these people who are held hostage here. What we have taste tests daily.
I swear it had they had a weird sexual hang up too.
So real quick,
Yeah.
Dolores and Teddy are having a little talk here that really sets up what happens later. She tells him, he tells her that he wants to help people, and she says, "You're a kind man." But
Sorry.
what did you find?
Read this thing. John Harvey Kellogg, known for obsession with and promotion of enemas.
Wow. Well, I mean, there is a lot of fiber in a lot of the cereals.
Oh nope. Yeah, cornflakes were part of that same anti-masturbation thing.
Oh my God.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew.
he believed his cereals cured the need for masturbation.
Like, I eat cereal,
Yeah.
but maybe I should stop eating spicy stuff.
I don't know, man. If eating cereal makes you not want to masturbate, you're eating your cereal wrong.
Gross. Maybe you get like all the milk references in this show better than I do. Then if you're doing like some sexy time with your cereal,
They're great.
yeah. There's a reason it's called Smacks. Oh,
TangentWorld.
yeah,
It shouldn't sound like anything to you.
yeah. Oh man, and the bad thing is there's tangents that we could go on. There's jokes going through my head. And some of them are bad. Some of them you don't say out loud.
Right.
So let's get back to the show. I don't know if you watched Silent Live. They had the weekend update, which I always find to be the best part of Silent Live. But they did the season finale, and they did all the jokes that were too controversial to say during the season.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a setup, of course, but it was pretty funny. It was really funny. So I recommend, if you haven't seen it, check that out. Maybe it's on YouTube.
I was talking about this earlier, man. The Japanese had some pretty crazy ways to kill people.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So what are the boxes around their heads?
They're either locking something in or locking something out.
Are they tying these people up and just leaving them there
I bet they
alive?
I bet they put a rat or something in there, and it has to eat through them to get out.
Why?
I think they did something like that in 1984. Not the year.
Oh,
but
yeah.
the book.
Yeah. I don't recall exactly, but it sounds familiar. Ugh.
Yeah.
What are they transporting there? Is that their porta potty? I mean, he's going to pee on this log, but
It's got I don't know what's in there. More killers. Somebody left their vape.
is that what vapes look like nowadays?
Look at that dude. He's got like a belt holster for his phone.
Why does anybody in Shogun World have a phone? Or were those were the security guards, right? Yeah. Sorry. Whoops. I remember catching that the first time we watched it. Because she said that's the cavalry, right?
Yeah. This seems like a waste of an army.
Yeah. Poor Sylvester and poor Felix.
Well, mainly Felix. I don't really care about Sylvester too much.
He just has that face that you just kind of don't like.
He looks like a pedophile.
Like, you know what? You F, Sylvester.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a Just World saying, but we'll bring it on to Tangent World. They intersect at times.
yeah, he'll never be a guest on I just said he looked like a pedophile.
Well, the way he plays Sylvester.
Yeah, the way they've made his character.
He does a great job of making you not really like him because he's so pedophilia-ish.
Pedophiliac.
But in real life, I'm sure he,
I bet he's a wonderful man.
yeah, and he probably acts differently and doesn't make you think so much that he's going to be on an episode of Catching a Predator.
Right. Have a seat.
They had also on Saturday Night Live, I'll bring it up again, they had Tina Fey was hosting, and she was the host of a Predator Hunters show.
Oh, was she?
Where the pervert they were catching was kind of like going along with it, like he wanted to be like a professional actor too. It was so funny, man. So funny.
Nice.
Yeah. Sometimes Saturday Night Live is really funny, and then sometimes it's not. It's not the same as back in the day with the characters and because I used to look forward to it even back when Will Ferrell was there.
Well, there's so much crap they can't, you just can't do now.
Well, that's true. That's true. But I mean, like he would have the cheerleaders and stuff, or the different characters you knew to expect.
Yeah.
And now it's not really like that
But
anymore.
you couldn't do that because like they haven't had like ambiguously gay duo on there for a long time either.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that wouldn't be PC today.
Right. What's the guy's name that did all that?
Oh, he's leaking.
Oh yeah, he says he's not awake.
Yeah.
He's broken.
So my thinking is that Bernard's not awake.
In what way though? Would he's still operating on code basically?
Yeah.
I could see that.
He's not improvising.
He's just basically doing what Ford wants him to do.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Hey, welcome back to Westworld season 2, episode 5. What was the name of this episode?
Akane no Mai.
Yeah.
The Dance of Akane, or the Red Dance, according to some Redditors.
It was pretty cool. I liked, you see here in a little while what that references, and that dance. Like, I wouldn't have done the dance. When we get to it, we'll talk more about it.
Oh, they all cut off their ears.
Yeah, so that. How did they get word? I guess I was kind of wondering. How did they get word? They have spies that she had done the. Oh well, because one of them called her a witch and ran away, right?
Yeah,
So some of the ninjas got away.
but no, they wouldn't. They couldn't even hear her before that because she was giving them commands, and that's why she had to use the mental command.
Oh, okay. So they cut her ears off, but they didn't realize that she can do it.
I'm sure they were interacting with guards and other guests, so the emperor made everybody cut their ears off, or not the emperor, the shogun.
Right. You're right, because they cut their ears off. That didn't have anything to do with her Jedi powers, but it had to do with her talking. I guess it was still the Jedi.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
but she's moved on past that.
Yeah, she's a full on. She's not Firestarter yet, but
Firestarter.
she's got telekinesis, Kyle.
Mind bullets. They're making another Tenacious D movie.
Is it wrong of me to say that looked like the Ring girl?
No,
It was kind of scary.
I was trying to think of the right way to answer that. No, it
Okay.
is not.
I know she's not trying to look scary, but with her hair down like that, looked like the Ring girl.
she doesn't look like she's all at her best.
If she started walking like all crazy, I'd turn this TV off.
That's what they need in the ring world.
What if she walked out of the TV right now?
I'd leave.
Like, we're never watching this show again.
I'd leave. Be like, bye, Brad.
Yeah. What'd you put in my blackberry lemonade water? A special tea?
Oh, you didn't drink the blackberry lemonade, right?
No.
Oh, shit.
Oh, crap. That was not meant for you, like the maze.
The Jeffrey. That was a good movie.
Do I got to go pet a furry wall? Is that what you're telling me?
Why do you call it a Jeffrey? Because who's going to be scared of a guy named Jeffrey?
Yes. Get Him to the Greek was a great movie.
Yeah.
I loved it because I worked with record people when I was at the radio stations and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
it's just it reminded me a lot of them sometimes and some of the shit that they had to put up with.
How many kookaroos you got? I got 12 kookaroos.
Like I had to take a couple bands like around when they'd come to town.
Yeah.
Papa Roach took them to lunch once at a Panera Bread.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've told this story on any of these shows, but
Is his tour bus called the Roach Coach?
I didn't ride on their tour bus.
Okay.
Like, I think that sometimes, they fly bands in to save a little money and they just play on, whatever instruments are provided and all that. I think that might have been the case with these guys this time. So I drove them to lunch for Panera Bread with their record guy. And they're sitting there talking amongst themselves about all these chicks that they've been banging on tour and all that. And, like, behind them are these girls that are probably, like, 11, 12, 13. And I'm like, oh, no, this isn't good. And, like, the girls keep looking over there and they start recognizing them.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, this is embarrassing kind of because they're, I wouldn't talk like that in front of some younger
Yeah, for sure.
kids anyway. Anyway, so it was kind of awkward, but yeah, they came over and got autographs, and they were probably all thrilled about it. They met Papa Roach, but
And then they grew up and
they're like they were
followed
kinda,
the band around.
They were kind of creepy, actually. There's my Papa Roach story.
It's better than my Papa Roach story.
Cut my life into pieces. Uh-oh. If you're watching Westworld with us, things are about to get freaky.
Yeah.
Not between me and Chip.
Teddy and Dolores are finally going to hook up.
Yeah.
We've been shipping them the whole time.
Now, how many times do you think that they have? Is this like this couldn't be the first time that over 30 years or whatever that, although they're acting like it is, I bet they've done it before. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you would think. Like,
But she's got full on memory now too.
There'd be at least one person that would just want to watch that.
Yeah. This is like if your dildos are in the drawer rubbing against each other.
You're right.
If you think about it. I mean, I don't have any dildos. I don't know if you do. I'm not accusing you. I'm just saying.
Do my sex dolls have sex with each other when
Yeah.
I'm not home?
Yeah. And does that offend you?
Is this fake dick bigger than mine?
I don't like it when my sex dolls and me have to compete. Because I can't compete with that. Look at the curves.
I just hate when my sex doll judges me. Just sitting there across the room looking surprised. Because their mouth is open.
Oh, terrible.
Tangent World.
Tangent World. Starring Chip Goddard and Brad R. I'm not even going to bring my good name into this.
Part of Brad Company.
Ugh. Brad Company. If you only knew the person that invented that name, you'd know why I hate it. But it's grown on me because y'all keep saying it. It's like I have to embrace it, or else I'll just be. Y'all will say it more probably.
Well, I was also thinking you should go back to school and become a doctor, and then you could be Brad Medicine.
Brad Medicine, I like it. I kind of want to be like Brad Religion. Kind of show off my punk rock love and also my distaste for religion. And I don't mean that as a stab. I don't hate on people who are religious. I don't agree with you, but I grew up around a lot of people that really feel strongly about such things, and I find it interesting to know what they believe, but I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
So that's just that. Tangent World.
Tangent World.
But like I say, I'm not judgy. I really am not. I don't like the people who are super atheists that like hate on everything that Christians do or whatever, because I've known good people that are atheists and good people that are Christians.
I don't know, man. I kind of want to go like Guilfoyle's route and become LaVeyan Satanist.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I've read some stuff that said basically back in the olden day, the beginning times when these religions were first actually put together, and it ended up being like the secret religions, like the Rosicrucians, I think, and different things that they used to believe that they didn't want to share with the general public, was that Lucifer was the god of this world, and he was pro people, protecting them from the god of the basically the big three, we'll call it.
Oh yeah,
the big three religions. That god, and I won't say his name because there are people that take that seriously, so I'll leave it out of it. But he was like the
usurper.
Yeah, he didn't like us in this world and what we were doing on it. But Lucifer was like, I support you guys.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of what we're doing to this world, so.
So then you'd be on God's side.
I mean, maybe.
So you'd be anti-Lucifer.
I don't know.
So you and Guilfoyle wouldn't get along.
I mean, if that's the case.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think as an anti-social statement, Satanism's the way to go.
Satanism, yeah, Luciferianism. Yeah.
Truth be told, like, I'm not a Satanist either, but I've read some of their stuff. And the funny thing about it is they do, what's the word? When they're not lobby for, kind of, though, that is advocate.
Advocate, yeah.
For sex robots. Because they think that it would keep a lot of people from doing harmful things to people. They would do it to the robots instead.
Yeah.
Which I think we've talked about this. Would you excuse? I think we've maybe seen some like those real sex dolls.
Yeah.
Where they're kiddish.
Yeah.
And part of me wonders, is it okay to keep actual kids from getting molested, or will that build a desire that always will transcend to like, okay, I need to actually make this happen in real life?
I mean, yeah.
I hope my mind doesn't work like that, so I couldn't tell you, and I know yours doesn't either. But it's interesting to think about because in a total preventative way,
Yeah.
I would say I don't know, utilitarianism, maximize utility, which is
that-
enjoyment.
Yeah.
There's a ways of looking at it.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of that It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia thing where there was the pedophile in the neighborhood that looked just like Dennis. Except he was really fat.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no, this is great. You're out there taking all the heat. I'm in here watching Disney Channel all day.
That's funny. I like that show because I like Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
I always enjoyed when he would make like his
Be the
darker
Penguin?
movies. Yeah, but it wasn't Death to Smoochie. That was a Robin Williams. Was Danny Williams or Danny DeVito in that too though?
Yeah. He was
He was like the villain, right?
he was like the boss.
Yeah.
Not the boss, but like the charity. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Like like stuff like that where it was dark humor, and that's
Oh, Danny DeVito is hilarious.
yeah, he is.
I love him
really
when he's
funny.
drunk on The View.
I guess I need to Google that.
He made his own limoncello.
Yeah. Ooh, this part of the show. Look what's happening. Teddy, he's getting the screw job by Dolores. They just did it. So was she just trying to soften him up?
Just one last fuck.
Was she like, maybe she wanted one more time with the guy.
I mean, we know
that was
we
kind
saw him,
and that she
we
loved.
saw him drown, so
Yeah.
like he's gone.
Yeah.
No, she's changing his personality completely, and it's gonna probably kill him
Oh, that's what you think is going to happen.
or drive him insane.
Right. Well, because he warns her.
Yeah.
But I think maybe that's what happened. She just wanted maybe one more time with the guy that she loved. 'Cause
Well,
now
she didn't
he's
know
gonna
she
be-
loved him.
He's
Like,
going
that
to be
She didn't know if it was part of her story just to
Oh.
love him or.
right. Are they going to change him into Wyatt too?
No, they probably should.
I can't guarantee that he'll hold together. To grow. We all need to
What if Wyatt is a real person, and she can take it for some reason, but if they upload Wyatt into him, he might not be able to, or whoever they're planning on uploading.
I mean, if Papa Delos was the first one that was uploaded, it would make sense that he's probably still pulling strings
Right.
in some way. Like if his brain's still in the system. So he could be Wyatt.
When do you think we'll see Maeve and Dolores cross paths again? Do you think it'll be at the end of the season or towards the end of the season? I mean, we're halfway
That's a tough
through right
one.
now.
I mean, they're headed completely opposite directions right now.
Right.
At least as far as I know. So I would say, yeah, probably last episode. If at all. I mean, they may be pulling a thing from Game of Thrones where they won't see each other for another,
Season?
4 seasons.
Did we ever hear if this is guaranteed to go past this season?
I think they did sign it up for one more season.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if it's one at a time or what, but
I'm sure Tom will email us saying, Brad wasn't sure, but it has been picked up. This is based on a report from the up-and-coming actress who's filming in Europe. No specifics.
no specifics.
We kid you, Tom. We love Tom.
He's our only fan.
Tom, you're our only hope. So this was treacherous, to say the least.
So do you think anybody picked up on the clue in the video?
Okay, so we're doing a thing. We haven't decided on the prize, though, have we?
I've got some ideas.
Okay. But we definitely, there's a contest going on Just World. So after every episode airs on Sunday, or just whenever you get around to going to our Facebook page, you can watch it.
Yeah.
We have the video.
Yeah, this episode we just filmed.
Mm-hmm.
That was our first clue. And there's going to be, 5 clues?
Yeah, I
think
guess.
6 clues. 5 clues.
Well, yeah, 5. 'Cause there's 4 more.
Yeah,
No, there's 5 more episodes. I can't do math.
well, yeah, we'll do through this season, the end of this season.
So
And then we're just going to be waiting on you guys to email us and give us what you think that those clues mean.
yeah. And once you give us what those clues mean, we will here's what we'll do. We'll do it one of 2 ways. If someone figures it out,
Well,
you win.
You win.
If
But we'll also post the closest one.
Yeah. Or we could do like, if none of you, because if you take the time to email us, justworld@gmail.com, what you think these clues added up to, I'm going to give you credit for that. And if nobody gets it right, then we'll just put you in a little hat and enter you to win.
Yeah.
How about that?
We
Because
can
you
definitely
got
do
your
that.
hat that you wear every time. We'll put it in that. But if you can get it right, then hey, somebody out there is
instant win.
gonna get it. Somebody's gonna get it. I know it, because you're all just like us. You love this stuff.
Yeah.
Or else, why would you be listening to us talk throughout this whole show?
It's kind of fun because it took some planning.
Yeah.
Like we really had to sit down and like map it out.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
It's pretty funny. I mean, you just gotta have a good eye for things. Like I'm kind of bad about picking out Easter eggs and stuff, but a lot of people, they're good at noticing what's different. What did I not see last video? And I see this video, or some, it could be lots of things. Whatever I see, is it a clue because it starts with the same, letter, or
you want to know how I got these scars?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, that's not exactly what happened. I thought she was going to make him the Shogun Joker, too.
Oh, that'd have been so cool.
But look at that. Oh, so gross.
It's like a partial decapitation. Nearly headless.
So she killed the Shogun robot.
Sizemor's like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Because we're surrounded by ninjas.
And they all have no ears, so can't do anything.
What does arigato mean?
Thank you.
And what song is it from?
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Mr. Roboto, yes.
Domo, domo. Domo, domo.
What does domo mean?
I think domo means, like, domo arigato means thank you very much.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah.
I never knew. Thank you, Mr. Roboto.
Domo. Domo. Oh, that's what they should have. Oh, no, just domo arigato means thank you. So
Oh, okay.
arigato is probably just like shortened. Like short.
Right.
Yeah.
We kind of thought about this in the earlier time when we saw this, but it seems like they're wasting a good army.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was Maeve and I was going to have to roll through whatever else that comes our way, I would want a ninja army.
Yeah.
But no. Are these, I mean, are these are samurais, aren't they? Or I don't even know.
Yes. I mean, technically
They don't call it Samurai World, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
well, they are samurais.
They are.
But ninjas were like peasants.
Oh, okay.
Like, that was their like ninja tactics and stuff were like guerrilla warfare.
Gotcha. Because they called them ninjas earlier, but like what I'm seeing now looks like more like a warrior, and that's the end of the show.
Yep.
Woof. Okay, so again, not the best show, Hopefully, you wouldn't say the same about this one. 'Cause
No, I feel like this was a pretty good episode.
we covered a lot of stuff, but the episode was good though of Westworld.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where there's other things that I really want to see going on, especially after last week.
Not every episode can be the best.
But the one thing that got me not watching Walking Dead anymore was how they would have episodes where completely different sections of the group would be just one episode about this one, and you'd be like, man, it's 2 weeks ago. I was really excited to find out what happened to these certain people, and I had to wait 3 weeks before they got back to that story.
Like I don't care about anybody but Rick.
Yeah,
like just show me what's happening to Rick.
Right, and I did enjoy last week how it was mainly about William and Papadelos and the Bernard storyline. So I'm kind of talking out of both sides of my mouth that she cut open like, she did the Shogun.
Did you see that? It just said Arnold Weber was talking. So it'll give you which one he is.
He's doing that weird whispery thing. And he didn't say that. Like, so that's not Arnold, is what she's making it seem like. That's crazy.
But now we're going back into the Matrix.
Right. There's my theory. It's all a simulation.
Something in here that's improvising. We got the map back.
There's a lot going on, so I don't think we're going to have... I think we're going to get more of a mixture of what's going on. We probably won't go back to the Papadelos thing.
No.
That was probably just, hey, we're letting you know what's up.
There's probably not going to be a whole lot more of young William.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, at least not this season.
Right. So that's the wrap on that stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, we kind of talked about this in the after show. We won't get into it a whole lot because that's what the after show for Westworld is for. But, again, second viewing, was there anything that stood out to you that's making you reassess any of our previous theories or anything like that? To me, personally, it just wasn't that kind of an episode.
No. And, again, it's not the same show it was last season.
That's true, too.
It's not. They're not trying to hide meeting in so much anymore.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think there's still some of that mystery.
Oh, sure.
But they answer questions. They still raise questions. We're asking, is Bernard sentient, or is he just kind of going along for the ride because he's been programmed? See,
yeah, I mean, at the beginning of the season, I was more on the fence of him being completely the only sentient being,
right,
or the only sentient host there. But now I'm not thinking so much anymore. I feel like he's just following a story that he's been programmed to do.
Coded. Yeah. You also, I think the one thing that we're starting to really pay attention to is the repetition. And you were saying how you think it's really about how, I guess the repeating of storylines of different characters.
Yeah, I feel like everything's been written, like I was saying, everything's been written at least twice. So if you think about it, Star Wars was pretty much just a samurai movie. Mm-hmm. It was really, I mean, George Lucas has talked about it. It was based on some of those old movies he watched in college.
So do they want us to realize that we're not as unique as we think we are?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's the hidden message in this is that nobody's unique. Everybody that sits there and whines and nobody understands me.
Right.
Everybody's had that. Everybody thinks that.
So what's the purpose of pointing that out? I mean, is it so that people learn to not take themselves so seriously, or things, or maybe things aren't that bad because it's a shared experience?
Yeah. I mean, it's probably don't take yourself so seriously. I think that's the best way to put it. It's probably that's what I would tell that lady who was calling the cops on that barbecue. Oh my! And then they show up and they were pushing me. No, they weren't.
Yeah, Yeah, people, man, they just need to keep to yourself.
You're using the wrong kind of. You're not supposed to use charcoal. You're supposed to use propane.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Hank Hill.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see how anybody can talk about propane anymore without sounding like Hank Hill. You know, if you bring up propane accessories, I'm out.
That boy ain't right.
Yeah. He's whacking off in my tool shed. That actually wasn't Hank Hill,
Yeah.
but it was basically Hank Hill. It was from
Yeah.
the movie.
And them
Or
boys
from
been
the
whacking.
TV show.
Yeah, that's from Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead.
Them boys been whacking off in my tool shed.
But it was close enough to Hank Hill that I always was like, I think they based it off of that.
But
Oh, we talked about Tangent World doing Idiocracy, right?
oh, we should. We should.
That'd be a good one.
That's a great one.
So Jest World is on Facebook, of course. We also have the jestworld@gmail.com. Those things are interlocked with Tangent World. It's all it all goes together in a multi-universe, basically. Because here's the deal: Brad and Chip do Jest World right after the shows.
Yep.
And then that's on Earth 1. In Earth 42, we do Tangent World.
C-137, Chip.
Yeah, yeah. We're not from your universe. That's why this shouldn't sound like anything to you. And that's why if you get mad at us, we'll be like, well, how are you going to tell us from our universe what we should...
That's the other Chip's problem.
Yeah, that's Brad on Earth 1. Because like we've said, it's more mathematically likely that we're a copy.
Oh, that we're all, what is that, simulation theory?
Yeah.
It's mathematically more likely that we're all in a simulation than we're not.
Yeah, and that we're not even the original.
Right.
We're just the copies. We're like those Sims that you created, and they're just sitting around like, what the hell, dude?
Right.
We used to have funding and resources, and now my city's shit.
I was
burnt
so
down.
shitty to my sim.
I know.
My sim people.
I've got people out there that probably are pretty sim mad. They're simulated mad.
I just remember none of my kids ever went to school, and they all ended up going to the juvie.
You promised us schools and hospitals, electricity. That would be awesome, though. They should make a movie or a book or a graphic novel of like rogue Sims.
the life of SimCity.
Yeah, Black Mirror I think has that theme to it, but. Just think about how bad you've been to your Sims when you're judging people for what they're doing to these robots.
Right, we're all NPCs in somebody else's game.
Yeah, and then like I say, when you're on Earth 1, check out Jest World.
Mm-hmm. When you're on Earth 2, check out Tangent World.
Yeah. So that's it. That's it for this week. We'll be back next week, of course.
Yep. Same
as
time,
we get,
same place.
Yeah, into season 2, episode 6, and we will definitely come back and talk all the way through the episode. If you're one of those people who hate that, this isn't the show for you.
It shouldn't sound like anything to you.
Later.